Hello guys, this is Dominique Pierce and I'm gonna be doing an NXT Takeover Brooklyn 2 review. Um this was a really great night for NXT. Um One their best pay-per-view in a while. I think Brooklyn was better than Dallas, to be honest. So let's get into it. Austin Aries versus No Way Jose. The match was a good match. Yeah, it was a good match. Austin Aries took like 70% of the match. No Way Jose had two comebacks. But Austin Aries put him down with the last chancery. Um, and after the match, Austin Aries put him in the last chancery again, and Shinsuke Nakamura came back. I mean, not Shinsuke. Jesus Christ, Hideo Itami came out to make the save. So it was pretty fun. It set up for a match between Austin Aries and Hideo Itami. So that was good. No Way Jose had a very cool entrance where he was dancing with the crowd. So yeah, there was a conga line. Ember Moon versus Billy Kay. Just a fun. It was a good match. I guess it was not much to say about it. It was good. Billy Kay took most of the match. Ember Moon made a comeback and did this twisting stunner off the top rope. You need to see it. It was a pretty cool move, I have to admit. But yeah, that was it. Ember Moon won in her debut against Billy Kay. I think they're gonna make Ember Moon the new focus of the women's division after Bailey leaves. So yeah. Bobby Roode versus Andre Almas or Cien Almas. The crowd was really the stars of this match. This was a very fun match, I have to say. I think it might have been the most fun match of the night. The crowd sung along to Bobby Roode's entrance theme the whole time. Uh, uh, Cien was Cien. Bobby Roode won with a spine buster and a pump handle slam. Yeah. So yeah, this was a nice debut debut for Bobby Roode. If it were up to me, the spine buster would just be his finisher, since that move has always looked cool. Bobby Roode had a very cool entrance where he was on a platform and he was being lowered as his theme went on. Um, yeah, that was it. Uh, yeah, it was glorious. The Revival versus Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, the Revival versus Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. This was the greatest match of the night. This was a very good match. I was expecting a Tommaso Ciampa heel turn. Uh, I was really expecting that because of Johnny Gargano beating him in the Cruiserweight Classic. This was just such a great match. So many near falls, so many cool moves. I think Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano hit their finisher. I don't know what it's called. And the Revival is the best at what they do. They're the best at like being the sneaky heels who like barely get away without getting beat. I think the Revival, once they get onto the main roster, they're gonna be one of the teams that really push the division. I mean, you look at them and you know they're kind of flabby and They got normal weird faces, but then they do stuff like this, and there was a couple times where I thought Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano were gonna win. The fans really got into it. Everybody loved it. Johnny Gargano going into the next round of the Cruiserweight Classic, and and I think they're gonna build his leg injury, which is really cool because it's always fun to see. I think it would be fun to see if the Cruiserweight Classic incorporates the NXT storylines in there. So the Revival won with Lucky 13 is what it was. Johnny Gargano was forced to tap out, and they were kind of building to heel turn. Like I was really expecting Tommaso Ciampa to turn on Johnny Gargano, but that was it. But he didn't. Asuka versus Bailey. This this is this is a really 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 fun match. I mean, really good match. Uh, it took me a couple minutes to get into the match. Because early on it was like it wasn't sloppy, but I just didn't get into it. But once these ladies just started hitting each other, it was impossible not to get into it. Like Bailey showing some intensity. Asuka just hitting Bailey in the face. They're running back and forth to hit each other in the face. It was a really 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 good match. Hard hitting. Uh, you expect hard hitting from an Oscar match, but you don't expect Bailey to be like as brutal as she was. So I think this was Bailey's last match on NXT finally, and she's gonna be on the main roster, so that's nice. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe. I mean, it was a fun match. It was a good match. Shinsuke was being Shinsuke. Joe was being Joe, and they were hitting each other. They started off with doing some MMA hold and some submissions, stuff like that. They were filling each other out, and I always like that in wrestling because you don't see a lot of that now. You just see like them go into moves for the most part. So I like when I see two competitors like fill each other out. Shinsuke had a great entrance with a dude playing violin, which was very, very cool. Joe, and here's what I like about Joe. Joe is a great heel. I would bet any amount of money that he was offered to have a cool entrance, but he rejected it just because of the fact that he was a heel, and it fits into Joe's character that he doesn't have a cool entrance. He just walks down to the ring with the championship. So I like that. I like small things like that are always really 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 good to me. Where the heel doesn't like try to act cool and get popped. Um, so Shinsuke escaped multiple uh Conkina clutches and kicked out of Muscle Buster. And Joe got hit with so many knees to the face. It was ridiculous. So Shinsuke won with the Shin Sasuke, and the crowd popped huge. The crowd this is probably the biggest pop of the night. I think maybe Bailey got a bigger pop for her entrance and for her leaving. But this was a great match. I would love to see a rematch. I think a rematch with them would be really really good. So bye guys. That was my analysis on NXT Brooklyn. I would rate the show 4 and 3/4 stars out of 5 stars. I really would advise you to watch it. Very very good match. If you were to watch one match from tonight, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus the Revival, and Bailey versus Asuka. I really enjoyed those two matches. So yeah. Bye guys, have beautiful days and wonderful nights. Peace.